Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our live talk forum here in Virginia Beach with me, Lynn Rene MacDonald. We're just getting some sage. It's been a crazy day. We're in our live studio here in Virginia Beach at the Copper Dragon and the Institute for Christ Consciousness. I just need a little sage before we start here tonight. And we're always live on Facebook every Wednesday and live in person at 7:15. And you can also call in with your questions. All right. Our live talk forum is all about helping the people and changing the world to love. The best solutions, gifts, tools. People are going to start coming on here now. I just got to get our sage going. It's been a wild day. We have a few people again in our live studio, so thanks for coming, guys. Glad you're here. Glad you could make it. Thanks. It's let me just get it right. Oh my God.
I just remembered.
Vic.
Yes.
Vic and I want to say Eve or Ava.
No.
Isn't that incredible though? Why do I want to say that? What's your name?
Maria.
Maria.
Yeah.
Okay, that's some kind of stuff. But that's coming in for a reason. There are no accidents, all right? So hold that thought, all right? So we're going to hold that thought for today. All right, so it's Maria and Vic here again tonight in our live studio audience. All right, so thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. And yeah, thanks. All right, and then everybody here, I see all you guys coming on. Hey, everybody, 7:15 every Wednesday for our live question and answer, as well as the segments that we do every week, everything metaphysical, everything earth world, everything God, love, universe, giving you your best tools for your greatest life, no matter what happens in these times. And it's crazy. It's crazy times. Today is a really good example of that. We weren't sure we were going to do the show because we had some challenges with family relationships, and we'll talk about that as we work this out with the universe in time, because as you guys all probably know, some of your most difficult relationships come with your family members that you are closest to, right? Yeah. So, but the problem is when you run a business, you can't have this shit hit the fan when you got shit to do. You know what I mean? You have to be able to put your stuff over here, as you guys all know. So we will talk about this maybe later, maybe into the future as things get unwound and worked on with spirit, universe, and love. But tonight, we got a great show for everybody. We're going to answer last week's questions here on the Live Talk Forum. The show is done on donation, as you all know. You can donate in any way you can, guided by higher knowing or love. All right? That's what we do and teach. Okay? And let me just see here. We're going to talk about the solar return chart, and working with the solar return chart from the past to bring into your future. So jumping timelines to see what your parents were thinking, so that your kids can know what was happening in your life when you were a kid. And you can put those pieces together and we can heal these things in our lives. So it's incredible stuff. We started this segment last week, and we're going to get into it hopefully by the end of today or at some point in our segments tonight. We're going to answer everybody's questions. Tonight we have Rachel with me, faithful assistant Rachel, and Sophia. And if you guys can donate in any way possible that you can, in other words, tell people about us, share what we do. See everybody coming on here. Hey, everybody, thanks for coming. So Sophia's going to be with us tonight to take Jen's place for this evening. And Rachel's with us. We have the rest of our audience here. And that said, without further ado again, Rachel, can you tell us who's here?
We got Andrea and Sarah Andrews.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. Sarah, Andrea, thanks for coming.
We got Teresa and Kathy Wormack and
Coco.
Nikki and Steve Giltz and Andrew Karate.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks all for coming. Thanks all for coming and supporting what we do. All right. And do we have questions from last week?
Nobody that is here right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we usually answer last week's questions this week, but if nobody's here, then we move forward so that the people who are here now get their questions answered. Okay, so guided by higher knowing. Sophia, do you see any questions there right now?
I see that.
And please try to talk up.
Okay,
Thanks.
sorry.
Thanks. No, you're doing great. You're doing great. Thank you, Sophia.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying hi. I see that Kathy Wormack would like to let everyone know that she will be admitted into the hospital next Thursday to get her heart catheterization test done, and this will determine what kind of surgery she will have. So
Okay.
She would like us to know that.
Okay. And we talked about that, and we'll send her some prayers and always from love. Okay. So we're going to ask God, Kathy, for whatever's best for you from love. for everything that you're going through with, from love in the purest form in this reality, any reality, and all that is with all of this. Okay. So, thanks for that for Kathy and all of us from love. Okay. Thanks, Sophia, for sharing that. Thanks. Okay. And let me see. What about Rachel? Do you see anybody else's comments, questions? Anybody saying anything cool?
No, yeah, but Sarah Sutra is also here, and she says hi.
Hey, Sarah. I don't think we've seen you a little bit. Been busy. I know these times are crazy. All right. So this said, any questions for tonight? Who's going to start the questions? Any? None yet? Nope.
I believe so.
All right.
Question.
Okay. Well, let me get our studio audience. Vic has a question. All right. Go ahead, Vic.
So for some reason, I'm not having any dreams for a while.
Okay.
I don't know what that means exactly. Is that a problem?
When you say, excuse me. All right, Vic is here in our studio audience, and he's asking, he's saying that for some reason he isn't having any dreams for a while. Well, there's lots of ways that this works out. But my first question for you is, when do you feel that this happened, and how long has this been going on?
Some years now. It's kind of like I go to sleep, goes black, then I wake up. That's for the most part.
And you just don't have any dreams? Because I know that I don't dream every night. I know that when I do a lot of energy work of releasing, I have weird dreams, weird segments of bits and pieces being released from my soul and in all that I am in the energy. So I will get visions. I know that when my liver, my literal body part, my liver and my gallbladder are flaming pissed off or angry, like from things that I eat or I'm releasing stuff, they will go through like what I call a movie screen of all this stuff that it is releasing. Okay. But I see it in here and in here, if that makes sense. Okay, if it makes sense to everybody with your metaphysical gifts. Okay, that said, every image that you get is a form of tapping into universe, including your dream. Do you understand? So, I will see these dreams and visions, and things will come together, or bits and pieces in my sleep, because I'm what do you call it? I guess translucid is the word for it, or lucid dreaming, I think it is. Lucid dreaming. Yeah. So it'll be coming in, and I will be conscious of it, or I'll be aware of it, and I'll be tossing and turning usually because it's stuff that I've stored in me that's really difficult to release. Okay. So when we dream, what we're doing is we're going to visit all that is universe, that is God, through the portals within our souls. Okay. That's what astral travel is. Everyone thinks you come out of your body. You do, but it's not like you just be removed from it, even though you can have an experience that seems like that, right? Because you're not there in the way that you traditionally are consciously, let's say, but you're going in through the portals of your soul, and that's how you go through different dimensions, to different spaces, to all that is God. Do you see what I'm saying? The same channels, basically, that you connect to in all that is God, that you would channel, get your information, your gifts, your tools, your wisdom from. Do you see what I'm saying? And they are through the portals of your soul. In other words, every single life experience you have, everything that you are is hooked up to universe, because you're part of everything that is all that is God. And then you have your own, let's say, what you would call like a personal library of your own experiences that is your God's soul space. Do you see what I'm saying? So when we dream, and even in our realities, we tap into these gifts consciously, subconsciously, whether we realize it or not, in our soul. Many times when we do not dream, there is triggers and things that are reasons that we can't dream, or we can't go into those spaces because it is too painful, do you say? Or because we put up blocks for particular reasons to protect ourselves from events and things that have happened literally in Earth world, as well as in the different, let's say, portals, experiences, lifetimes that we have had, based on, because even though you have a lifetime, right? Every single lifetime you have, it could be a 5-minute lifetime, it could be a 105-year lifetime, right? But it is your perspective, your things, your ideas, your beliefs that come with this, the promises that you make, or the things that you truly believe in, what you bring out of it, whether it's truth of God or not, that causes us incredible fear and demons and all this kind of garbage, right? Through our experiences, based both in Earth world, in what we believe is happening. Do you see what I'm saying? Through fear and love is how everything happens. So all of this is all part of the whole system that is all that is God, that is love. And in your individual space, many times, more often than not, just like when people have really volatile experiences, like years ago, there was like someone that there was a big story in the newspaper in New York City called the Central Park Jogger. It wasn't a story just in the newspaper. It was a real court thing. And the woman was attacked, they said, and gang raped. But, but there's bits and pieces of truth in everything, right? However, she apparently, when she gets on the stand, she can't remember anything. Why? Because that's like you not remembering your dream, okay? Because the soul, it's so traumatic that you can't go there. Do you see what I'm saying? So for whatever reason, your soul has closed this down or shut this down within you. So this is also why I say to you, how many years has this been going on? Because my job, working with God or universe, anything that I can do here, you can do, is by working with love, working with God, working with universe, right? To get to the God's honest truth of all the answers. So the question becomes, God, what is the God's honest truth for Vic as to why he is not seeing his dreams? Because there's general stuff of all the stuff that I've talked about as to why this happens. But then there's very particular, unique, detailed stuff to your own soul, to your own experiences, all right, within you, that tell you the truth of everything, that what those demons are, particularly to you. Many people will have them, but it's unique to you. You know what I mean? Just like you buy a pair of shoes and you say, well, I got a pair of Keds, and everyone in the room has a pair of Keds, but every single one is different. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All right. So what we do is we ask God, we ask universe, we ask love, right? That's what we do, guys. We ask universe to get the God's honest truth to the answers of this. And what I'm feeling like is something happened. All right. Something happened in your reality when you were a child. Okay. So this goes back to this, and then something else triggered it to shut this off. Do you have any ideas about that? Because this is what they're doing. They meaning the angels, God, universe. They talk to me. I said, what's going on here? And then my job as a puzzle creator or a puzzle solver with God, universe, love, intuit, right? All right. And working with love all the time is to get those answers. Anything I can do, you can do. What's the God's honest truth here for Vic? What is the most biggest boulder that is causing this for him that we got to break apart and get to the bottom of so he can dream again? The first thing we got to do is ask that you can dream again. Second thing is be free of whatever it is that's blocking this and give you the healthiest tools and gifts and understanding and ways to go through this whole process. And it could be, and then we ask God that it's quick or is easy and is the best that it can be from love. With all of this. Thank you, God, for these gifts for Vic and all of us now, please. So you have all the tools, because with traumatic shit, whether it could be something simple like you were 2 years old and I ripped a lollipop out of your mouth, but when you're 2 years old, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? That's pretty traumatic when you're 2. When you're adult, you might haul off and punch somebody in the face if you're having a moment, and that happened, right? But not saying that either, that's right. But, you just handle things differently because they impact you differently versus an adult, and are you in your power, versus a 2-year-old and a child who wants what they want when they want it, right? All right. As an adult, it's a little bit different. So we're going into these spaces so that to help everybody understand as well as explore what's going on here in you that could have happened, anything that you want to share. And if you're not comfortable sharing, then we can do this over here off the show as well. But I will tell you, they're telling me it has to do with traumatic childhood experiences. And these things you may not necessarily rather remember them. Do you see what I'm saying? But something happened around the time when this started, okay, to create this to shut off for a particular reason. All right. And it has everything to do with the planets and the stars and the astrology and all that is God. A great way to find that is through your solar return chart of the year, just like we're doing today, of the year that this happened. Like when you realized you didn't have any dreams, or we can go back to when you were a kid. If you can remember how old you were, you can remember anything about it. We can pull out the solar return chart from that year, as well as that year itself, the transit, so you can go back and explore all these avenues. And you can literally see the things in written words via psychology, astrology, really, the answers to everything that is in your soul you can find in astrology, just like in your reality, in your psyche, in your heart, in your emotions. All the things will be in word through every single aspect of all the layers of, let's say, your soul, working with God, and through the astrology. That's why astrology is the ultimate formula of God. Over and over I tell people that. And working with God or universe or love, right? Then you have something called God astrology, which is what we do and teach. I want to know the answer and where these answers are in your chart, in your soul, and all that this is. Thanks God for this for me, the God's honest truth. Yeah, because I'm picking up it's a trauma. I think it's really personal to you. I don't think that you're consciously aware of it. And I feel that we could talk about it on personal messenger. We can sit down on another time and discuss it more. But we already did the work to clear these things in you and ask God that you're happy no matter what happens. And so this energy will be changed now, but I don't want to like sit here and really dive into it. Do you understand? I don't think you want that either, do you? Yeah, but you get my point, right? Okay. So, but these are ways that you can do it yourself. We can give you the tools in tonight's show. We're going to learn that. And it's no accident that you guys didn't come last week and you came this week, because then you can see how to do this. You know what I mean? Really cool stuff. And if we don't get to it here, we'll get to it right afterward. We'll give you these tools, because a lot of times it takes longer as we work with people to be able to understand it, because it's not something they teach every day in school. You know what I mean? Yeah. Metaphysical, right? You know any metaphysical colleges? All right. well, there are schools and things like that out there, and more of this is going to be coming. You know what I mean? And this is who we are, because we're going to change this world, right? Okay. All right. So you good with that answer? Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Yeah. Okay. And so we unlock those things, which we already started. And if you want to see them and read them and know them and work on them super in depth, or anything in those times that relate to that and that is connected to that, well, you can go back in the astrology to those places, to that time, if you can remember it. If not, give yourself an idea. Ask God where that is. Ask God when that is. God, angels, love, universe, okay? Or, it doesn't matter. It's basically a name for love. If you call it angels, if you call it Allah, if you call it God, it does not matter. The religion here really is love. So whatever you believe is fine. As long as you come from love, you'll have all the tools that you need. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And working with that energy. Okay. So that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. How about you, Maria?
Well, he brought up the dreams, so I have one question.
Okay.
So last time I came, I was trying to figure out if my grandma had a message for me, and she told us that she was going to come into my dream.
Yep.
Well, she did, but I don't know what she said.
That's funny. Maria was here 2 weeks ago, and we told her, Angels, Universe, Love told her through me, that she was going to see her grandmother in her dream. And she said she did, but she has no idea what her grandmother said. So now she's back and she wants to know what grandma said.
Yeah,
right?
she literally came as a white light that surrounded me, and then there was like a little flash of her face so that I know what she looked like. I didn't want
So you knew it was her for sure.
Yeah, I didn't know who it was. I'm like, it's just light. It could be any spirit.
Right, but she gave you an image of her face and you knew that it was her?
Yes, she gave me an image of her face, but then I just don't remember. She was showing me something, but part of me was scared. That's the only thing I remember.
So she was showing you something, but you don't know what that is. No. Right? And what she's saying to me is time. It's time. She's giving me a clock. Father time. Okay, so this is huge, right? It's almost, and then we sit here and we go, oh, man, that's fucking cryptic. It's like, couldn't you give me more? Yeah, it is, but we'll get to the bottom of it. All right, but this is one thing, the very first thing she's saying is, it's time. What are you not doing that you need to do, and it's time for you to do it? Do you know? In your life, anywhere and everywhere. Because she's going like this, and she's going, you know. Think about that. What are you not doing in your life that, let's say, you wanted to get done, or your dreams or your wishes, or, things that you've wanted to accomplish and acquire? Are you doing any of those things?
I mean, currently I'm waiting on a different job opportunity that I wanted, but is that wrong? Am I supposed to be doing something else?
Right. Well, what is it that you want to do? Right. If you're waiting for a job opportunity and let's say you don't want to share that, are you doing anything else along with that? Do you have other dreams, other wishes, other things?
I do. I want to have my own business, but I don't know what I want my business on.
Okay.
Plus, I am very money driven, and I know that IT pays a decent amount of money, so I just want to try that out before I can say I want to be an entrepreneur. It just puts me in a different financial perspective, so I have a lot more to put out once I decide to.
What is your birthday? What is your birthday?
June 22nd. Why?
Why? June 22nd. Okay, so June. What is she? A Cancer Gemini? Yeah. So part of the problem is you're thinking too fucking much. You're thinking and you're not doing. So your grandmother is pushing the clock in front of your face and she's saying, it's time. It's time for you to do. Put it out there and start doing it. It's never going to happen if you don't do it. And she's pushing you to do it. Her coming to you in your dream is supporting you. So, Ben, you're sitting here telling me, well, I didn't do this because of this, and I'm waiting for this, and this is going to happen, and that. No, just ask universe for what it is that you want. What is it that you love that you want to do? Are you ready to share it?
I don't know it yet.
Okay.
I mean, I like metaphysical things, and again, yes, I've thought about, probably having a store like you guys do.
Yeah.
But it's not ideal right now. I don't want to put myself out there when I know I can be making, $6,000-$7,000 a month with something that is easy, and I just learn how to do it.
Right.
It still helps me save up for later.
Right. So, but why can't you do multiple things? See, all this time you're thinking again. You're thinking, I can only do this. I can do everything. You're fucking Gemini, for Christ's sake. Gemini has all these great ideas, right? And they're able to have so much stuff and do so many different things, right? So you can tap into all of these things. You get infinite ideas. Are you aware of that? Like, boom, this comes in. Boom, this comes in. No wonder you're like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And this isn't bad. And I'm not trying to say bad things about you. My job is to tell you the truth so you can see. So what? So you can pick and choose and change if you don't like something. And then so you can clear out the blocks that keep you doing this, where you get new ideas and should I do this and should I do that? And then because we're so driven by money in Earth World and all these times and worrying about it, you can do that and balance other things. Like I have this business here, but I work for other people as well. And I do other businesses because in these times, right? It's not like money is pouring in because they're all challenged out here. We're all challenged with what's going on. Do you see what I'm saying? So understandably so that you don't want to let go of this. Nobody's saying let go of that. Why can't you do both? Why can't you do this and this? And one thing at a time. What?
No, right now it's not a good time because I'm also helping somebody that needs healing, and I'm kind of interested in dating them, and it's just I got too much going on. Yeah. Right. So all of these things, right, this is all related to like Aries, Gemini aspects in you. Okay, it's about getting massive amounts of information, starting lots of projects, and never really finishing them or following through. And you have so many things on your plate, you pick one and you move forward with the Aries and you do it. You make a plan and you do it. You don't know how to do that, you ask God that you do. You don't think you have the tools to do it, you don't think that you can do it, you ask God that you do. You think that you have all these blocks, thanks God for me being free of that. Thanks for me looking and knowing what exactly to do, how to do all these things and having a plan and getting it done and being able to balance and do all these things that I so dream of that I can't seem to get past. Thanks God for that for us. Right? Me too. Guess what? I'm a Libra, but I have Gemini in what's called my decan. So as an artist and as a person, I get lots and lots and lots of tons and tons. Gemini is your most creative air sign. They get massive amounts of like boom, 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 boom. Just think of it. It's the twins. So that's double the creativeness. Yeah, Cancer, because it's the 22nd.
Right, it's the 22nd, right? But you are half your cusp baby. So you have Cancer and Gemini, right? And the Cancer in you makes you want to have the relationship and makes you want to be a great healer and makes you want to focus on that. And that's not bad.
right? But you have all these other things here too. So the question becomes, is you can only put so many eggs in one basket, but you got to focus on what it is that you want for anything to manifest, to come to real fruition in this reality. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's not just for you, that's for me too. So I had to clear my blocks and change this and ask God for the best plan and ask that I'm happy no matter what, and that I focus on the thing that is best for me, and that if I don't know what that is, I ask God that I do know what that is, and that I love it, and I'm able to do all these things that I love, and I clear my blocks from that, and I'm happy no matter what happens. Wow. Thanks God for that for all of us, right? Because we only stop ourselves. And if nobody, like with me sitting here telling you the truth, it's not meant to make you feel bad about you. No, it's meant for you to see the truth. Why? So we can change it. There ain't shit wrong with you, right? You have many, many gifts. You just got to put them in a healthy space, right? And clear the shit in you or the blocks in you that stop that from being there. Do you see? But if nobody teaches us and tells us, just like with the dream stuff, we can never get there, right? Yeah. And the best way to do it is to work with love, work with God, work with angels. This is what I need, God. Thanks for this for me now, please. That's all you got to say. It's just thanks for this, thanks for this, thanks for that, from love in the purest form. And then you clear your blocks and you ask God or love that you're happy no matter what happens. And this is the formula that we teach and do every day with our lives, because my life is just wild, I just had a fucking breakdown shitstorm with my sister that's going to bring us back to past lives. I love my sister like crazy, but there's some big shit that we got to work on, right? It's so big that she can't get past her shit tonight to come and do the show. And that's okay. It is what it is, but I can't have that, and she knows that. So until we work this out, because this is about past lifetime stuff, and this is about big shit, and we have to heal this in us. That's part of the reason she came in as my sister, and I love her like crazy, right? But this is the truth of how this family shit goes down. Karmic relationships that are positive and healthy and wonderful sometimes, and then sometimes not so much. You know what I mean? We almost didn't do the show because we got in like this massive knockdown drag out, like 20 minutes before the show, right? Before you guys seen us in the shop, and I'm like, fuck! I'm like, God, you gotta clear this out of me because I can't do the show if I don't do this. You know what I mean? Because we all have stuff that we got to work on, whether it's in our relationships, and that's what the air signs are. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They're all about relationships, communication, and thinking. But sometimes we just think and you get so many ideas. What the hell? We get lost in the sea of ideas. And then you move into Cancer. Oh, what are you laughing at, girl?
Jennifer.
Is she on the show?
Yes, she said, stop talking about me.
See, it's my baby sister. And there is the story, my baby sister. All right. But, so you guys got the scoop now. All right. So truth always comes out, right? But then you have Cancer, which is super subconscious, super intuitive, connected to the family, connected to love. All of these things are part of who you are, and you want to have a relationship. It's a challenge. It's a challenge though in these times, and with the stuff that we have in here that, let's say, gets in our way. You know what I mean?
Depression is a little bit
depression.
Childish.
What is?
The person is childish.
Oh, the person. Yeah, and that's no accident that my sister just jumped on here and was like, hey, and I'm like, that's my baby sister. Do you think that was an accident? The person can be a baby, right? Can you have a relationship with a baby, really? No. So these are things that we got to work out in ourselves and figure out, with, when I say in ourselves, with love, right? You can go through your astrology, the aspects of your astrology. You can work with God always when you do that, or however you need to do it. A lot of people can't connect to the astrology and stuff like that. That's okay. All you have to do is work with God or love. I can tap into anything I can in the chart because it will come up in your reality in multiple different ways, by what happens in your reality. Just like what happened with my sister. Today we got to some pretty vile space that we haven't been close to in years. And I could see the hellfire of the depths in her eyes of the hatred she had for me. And I was like, oh, shit. Right? I'm not kidding you. It was wicked. And, so what do you do when you're a warrior? You return that fire. You're like, hey, fuck you, right? In the moment, everybody's a human being. Everybody knows about those things. But the question now, and then we pray on it, what do I got to do to change that? You know what I'm saying? How do I change these things in me, right? And also you need to give yourself time and space, which is also why Jennifer's not here, so she can calm down, and then we can cycle around and come back and talk about it from love. Everybody get that? Are you guys getting that in here? You know? Yeah. Yeah. So do you have any questions about what your grandma is saying? Because she keeps showing me, you know, that little emoji. It's funny. I've been using it like this week. It's a time clock, a little clock. It's an alarm clock. And it's red, and it's in Android phones. It's a little emoji. Start using that because you'll break through the aspect of time by literally working with that clock.
It's just confusing because then I saw a crocodile, so I don't know anymore.
You saw what?
A crocodile. Like a baby crocodile.
A baby crocodile?
That I was holding, but it didn't bite me, and then I think he killed it.
Where was it?
Oh, in my dream.
Oh, I'm going a crocodile out here and he killed it? And I'm like, what? All right. Well, crocodile has its own message, right? And him killing it, he's being a protector for you, right? You're being protected because crocodiles are notorious for being known for
But it was a cute baby.
aggression, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But, you know, and then why would you kill the baby is another thing, you know. So there's multiple aspects to explore that your soul is working out here with all of that. Do you see? Yeah. Neat stuff. Super neat. And I would look up crocodile. I would look it up as a spirit animal, and I would look through a whole bunch of different sites until you found all the neat gifts that it brings, because it didn't come in for nothing. It came in for this healing in multiple levels of gifts and tools within all the stuff that you just talked about. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You have any more questions with this for now? Guys, good?
Yes.
All right. And remember, if you don't want to talk about it like after the show or whatever, you can ask me questions or PM me days from now. Because a lot of times stuff will come in. You'll be like, oh my God, this happened. Because we've opened those doorways by doing this energy work, by clearing it out and asking God for the answers. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To understand it, to heal it, to address it, you know, from love. Thanks God for that for us. So it will come. Right? Everything in God's time. But you have to also, like me and my sister, you have to be ready and in a healthy space to get to the bottom of these demons in ourselves that cause this crazy shit to happen. Right? Crazy stuff, right? Isn't that great, guys? Isn't that great? It's crazy. But I know all you guys who know me for a long time have known me and Jennifer have gone at it. That's part of our protocol in this lifetime. But it's been a long time since we've been in this space. So this is a big deal because it's time. It's time to heal this stuff. And this has to do with the second house, with the heart, and multiple different things of healing from lifetimes. So this is pretty big shit. And we're all going through variations of this. So it's no accident, your dream, his dream, my stuff with Jennifer, whether it comes out in a fight or an argument or a wicked argument, like with me and Jennifer in this reality, or it comes through in a dream. It could be a really vile or scary dream. It could come through in visions or a different experience that you have in your life, you know. However it comes in, it is your soul working on healing and addressing all these issues that you got going on in you to release them for your greatest self and health in all ways. Everybody understand that? Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me ask Sophia, do we have any questions online?
I think Rachel had a question. That she'd like
We
to-
actually had Tamika from she came a few weeks ago, her question, but she's on here tonight, so I figured we'd get her question.
Terrific. Hey, Tamika. Thanks for coming. All right. Go ahead.
She said that her job just laid a few people off and they're selling their department soon, and she's wondering if it's worth it to stay there during this transition.
Yeah, I'm getting you got to get out. I think you know that. I don't think you know that. I know you know that. I feel like you can push it. I feel like you have at least 2 to 3 months. On the extension of that, 4 to 6 to 8 months max. So start doing the work now, the manifesting, the creating, the clearing the blocks, or whatever it is that you want to do with this. But universe is yelling in my ear that you have a pretty good spiritual business, and it doesn't mean that you should necessarily like let this go, so to speak. I feel like you're going to be like most spiritual people that are high in God, creatives, and like us, high in consciousness. What we do is multiple jobs, multiple things. So I feel you Tamika, because they're telling me the spiritual stuff. So I feel like new doorways are going to open for you in reference to this. Because there is no wine before it's time. I feel like go with the flow, ask for what you want, and wait for it. That's what I'm getting. So you roll with this, it will come. The answers will come. You'll be released from the job. Look for other avenues if you're worried about finances, like so many people are in these times with everything that's going on. It's kind of like, with the bank stuff and the new world order, all this crazy stuff going on. We are worried. So you want to balance everything. You want to talk to love. And I feel you will have this job for a while as you keep building your spiritual business. But I feel new opportunities are going to come in, but and it will flow, but you'll have to do the work, meaning you can't just sit on your ass at home. And I'm not saying that you would do this, but this is what they're telling me. You just can't sit on your butt at home, right, on the couch and wait for somebody to knock on your door and offer you another job. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. In Aries world, you got to get up and do it. Like the old saying, God helps those who help themselves, right? You can pray for stuff, but you literally have to get up and be able to make it happen. Okay. And if you don't know how to do that, you ask God that you do. If you can't do that, you ask love to remove those blocks, and you ask love that you're happy no matter what happens, and it will be so. So Tamika, I feel like go in the flow in the next 6 to 8 months. New opportunities will come in. I feel like you probably will most likely be leaving this job. Comes in as a 72 to 73 to 78% that you will be leaving. In your own best interest, in your own best time, but new doorways will be opening up. I do feel if you want to, because I feel like there's like a nervousness, like a soft, when you're you're standing in like an old kitchen in somebody's house and you feel the floor and it's kind of mushy. It's not real solid. I feel like there's a space in you that's worried about the money issue. So they're telling me because of this, send out some resumes and see what bites. See what bites in different avenues to help you balance influx of money coming in and abundance coming in. Okay. And this is the wisdom that I'm getting. Anything else for Tamika? Enjoy yourself, Tamika. They're telling me go out and have a nice time. Be happy. Be happy, do stuff for you, enjoy yourself, spend time doing things that you love to do. I know it's hard for all of us because we all got so much on our plates, and that's not just for you, Tamika, it's for everybody. Me too, right? Like tonight I got to take a break from my sister. Love my sister, but I need a break, So love you, Jen. I know you're in there. Hi, Jen. My sister's in the phone. All right. Okay. So moving on. All right. We have any other questions, Ray? Oh, Sophia's got this one.
Nikki's got a question. She says that she hasn't been sleeping well the past couple of nights. She says she gets her deepest sleep 1 hour before she has to wake up, and she would like to know what she can do that will help her sleep better.
Nick, you're going through some of the same stuff I'm going through with the healing. I feel there's like a restlessness, there's like a uncomfortableness, there's like pains, there's like numbness. I do feel, I know this is going to sound crazy, what you got going on in your bed and your mattress? Because I feel you need either more comfortable pillows, something to fill in the gaps, but you need more than what you're getting out of your bed situation and mattress. I feel there is, and this is really but this is a really important part here in literal earth world, Nick, so that you can sleep better. And it's like in the physical, getting like a long pillow, a pillow for between your leg, particular pillows that really work for your head, for your neck. I also get into some heating pads comes in for you as well, for any kind of aches and pains to help you relax. A lot of this is stress and worrying about getting up, all right, for your work. So there's multiple things going on here. But I feel like the mattress or the beds is either worn out, old, not comfortable. So look into changing this. Even if you can't, let's say, not saying that you can't afford anything, or let's say you don't want to spend because, everything's astronomically, ridiculously stupid in the prices that they're asking today, right? So let's say you don't, or you feel like you're not ready, all right, to get a new bed. What can you do to make your bed more comfortable. You know, the pillows that can be pretty, you know, reasonable in price, as well as, you know, putting more blankets or getting like a foamer top on the mattress. You know, there's a whole bunch of different things that aren't super expensive that Universe is sharing with me to share with you, as well as the heating pads. Because not only do heating pads help you for the pain, right? And I'm saying this specifically for you, of course. However, the heating pads many times will help you stay warm when you're chill, or like you're too hot in some ways and super cool in another. But they will help you for these things, as well as they will help you just take, you know, like your muscles can then not be so tense, your nerves not to be so tense, and they can relax. So this is what's coming in. I think we've talked about cell salts and homeopathic. I think you're probably doing lavender. Are you doing lavender at night, or an oil equivalent of an essential oil that is a really good medicinal or therapeutic, I think they call it, therapeutic grade oil, like Young Living or doTERRA for this kind of thing, for health stuff. Young Living essential oil, I would recommend like looking into, you know, Thieves, or what is that one green label that they have?
Pine?
Stress Away.
Okay.
Stress Away. Stress Away is good for that. Let me see what else is good for this. If you have depression and stuff, bergamot is good. But again, research it. Sometimes you can put a little dab on your wrist, on your pillow, under your nose with a carrier oil, or you can also put these things in diffusers to help you calm down. All right. Those are just 3 that I can think of off the bat for like depression and calming. Another really great oil for like addiction and things like that. Let's say you could say sugar addiction or alcohol addiction or drug addiction or any kind of addiction for that matter is cedarwood. All right. So these are things. Now, don't just go off doing what I'm saying. Some stuff you can ingest, some stuff you use in a diffuser, some stuff you can use topically, some stuff you can do all 3 with, right? However, you don't just listen to what I say here. Remember, I'm not your doctor. I'm not. However, I am guided by higher knowing to share these gifts with you, so you guys be your best healthcare practitioner and take this wisdom with you and research it and figure out what's good for you. And always, 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 like I said, ask love, ask God, what is the best one or ones for you and how to use them from love. Okay. And that's how the answers will come in. But all those things come in, as well as the salts. Are you getting any agita at night? Because I'm picking up on agita for you. Like liver, acid, bile stuff, anything like that going on?
She is asking if you feel like she can put a drop or 2 of the essential oils in her CPAP. That would be beneficial to her.
The thing that I need to look at the CPAP machine, because what I don't want is it to get like, I don't know what your warranty and your insurance company stuff is. I feel like it is possible, but I don't feel like it's recommended. And the reason is because I don't want the machine to get like oily, or you're not supposed to have the stuff in it, and then like your insurance won't cover it kind of shit. And that's for right now. So I'm kind of getting a no on that. I do feel just like when you get in the shower, right? A lot of times you make a nice warm shower and there'll be all this condensation, like not unlike the CPAP machine, right? Or when you get sinuses congested, you take a little bit of eucalyptus and you put it underneath your nose, right? And then all the condensation comes up, and that's kind of like this. Do you see what I'm saying?
Not safe.
What?
Google says it's not safe.
What's not safe?
Put essential oils inside the CPAP.
Yeah. But Google is always going to say stupid shit that God knows better. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So she asked me, and what did I recommend her though?
Yeah.
I said no, right? Yeah. Just because, Google says it's not safe though doesn't mean that it's the deal. But thanks for looking that up. Yeah. Oh, I know.
Because you said
yeah.
Like,
because you're validating.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh no, I get it. Totally. Thank you. I'm super grateful. All right. So Maria is validating here what we said. It doesn't feel right that you put it in there. So you don't. But again, like Maria said, you look it up. You talk to God. You talk to universe, right? Yeah. So thank you. Thanks. All right. So, okay, Nick. I think those are all the things that come in for now for you. And if it's the gallbladder stuff, look into those cell salts numbers. All right. 11 and 12, gallbladder, liver, 11 and 12, 7, 8, and then, 9 and 3. Okay. For the salts. Okay. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about homeopathic cell salts. We've talked about this before. All you guys know about the homeopathic stuff that God has guided us to. But again, you ask universe what is best for you, and you can always PM me, Nick, if you want more wisdom. Okay? All right. So there's 12 of these. They go with the houses in astrology, actually, as well as they're fantastic for natural healing. We use them for so many different things. But do your homework, everybody. Do your homework, okay? All right. So those are the numbers that come in, and it is the American numbers are the numbers that come in as those numbers. And how do you know what those are, Nick and everybody? Because Europe, I believe, may have a different code of numbers, okay, for the houses and what they go with. Yeah. So for this particular one, it goes with this one. So make sure you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because different countries do different things. And it's not that it's bad. Always talk to God about it. Is this the right one for me? Is this the best thing for me from love? Okay. So, all right. I think that's everything for you for now, Nick. And I would... I feel like just a diffuser would be really good, so you don't have to put it, or like we just talked about the CPAP, so you don't even have to look into that avenue. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So go ahead. Anyone else?
I have a question.
All right. Rachel has a question. Rachel's got a question for us. All right. Go ahead, Ray.
So earlier I pulled a tarot card from the Archangel deck that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the card exactly, but it was Archangel Gabriel's card, and it was a really pretty card, and I don't know, I felt very emotional about it. And it was almost like Archangel Gabriel was falling out of the sky, and coming down to earth. And then right before he walked in the door to the live, there was a cloud formation right outside, looked exactly like the tarot card. And I was just wondering what that all was.
Wow. Okay, so Archangel Gabriel coming down to earth is what you're saying. Okay, so here's my question for you. All right, what does Archangel Gabriel represent? I know we've done classes on this. All right, so who wants to look it up? Yeah.
Isn't communication?
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's
Maria, go ahead.
Isn't it communication?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Communication.
All right. There you go. Okay. What else? Because I feel like there's more to that. Don't you? So do you know Savia more?
Yeah, I was going to say a messenger kind of.
Messenger.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah. Communication. That's right. Yeah. But I still feel like there's something else more. So does anyone want to Google?
Sure.
Google, because I know there's more to it. Okay. So.
That's his archangel. You should know. He has a statue and everything.
Cool. Cool. Nah.
I'm kidding.
Okay, I know. Okay, let me just see here. So Rachel's wondering about her tarot card that she had, but you didn't bring it, right?
No, I didn't, because I didn't think about it until I saw the cloud, and I was like, holy shit.
Right, and nothing wild was happening tonight anyways, was it, Jennifer? I'm so mad. All right, so I'm going to go home. Jennifer's going to be punching me in the face. All right, so Rachel doesn't have the card, but she said it was an image of an angel coming down to earth.
Yeah.
Archangel, so that means messenger, so messages. So I feel this is about something coming. Something big coming for you, messages. Okay? This was a card that you pulled. Do you see?
Yeah.
So if Archangel Gabriel is the messenger, so it's going to come. So think about when we say that, anything going in your life that you think that this can relate to. Nothing right now?
I don't know.
All right, so let's ask God, the God's honest truth, what this means to. I do feel it's many things. Multiple levels. But we're going to put it out there. I do feel it has to do with... Basically, there was some stuff that was going on Facebook. I don't know if anybody saw this. Somebody posted, that this is World War III is a spiritual war, right? It absolutely is. But you could say everything is spiritual, which is the truth, right? Yeah. All right. So World War III, and this to me is angels coming down to earth. Okay, so they're already here. They're in the form of all of us. So it's happening is what I feel like. It has everything to do with what's going to go down this weekend, what's happening this weekend, where we're going this weekend. And, without getting too cryptic, it's about the new beginning of all the work that all souls like us, and this is the message, it's time. Oh, it's time! It's time! In other words, it's time for the new beginning for all of us. Just like it's time for Tamika, it's time for you. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to
so that's my job, man.
to make your dreams happen. Yeah, that's part of it, sure. Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's time for me to start working.
All right. So yeah, I do feel like that's what that means is it's angels coming to earth. That's us, but literal angels all over the place. So the changes that need to be happening for the new world are happening. And I feel like that's the message because it's big. Like if you see an angel coming out of the sky, that's big
It was
shit.
huge.
Yeah,
Like,
huge.
huge cloud.
Right, huge cloud.
Yeah.
Like remember when we saw the 4 horsemen clouds?
Yes.
When all this shit
Oh,
began
yeah.
and we were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely Armageddon. And we saw them out on Potter's Road. You know where that is?
No.
It's like right down.
It's right by the Air Force Base in Virginia Beach. Anyways, wide open sky. It's where they fly the planes out and the planes land, I think, over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. They sometimes watch on the side of the road to see the pilots and the
Yeah.
planes. Yeah. It was right up there. It was like a really stormy, wild night, not unlike tonight. And we saw four horsemen in the cloud formations, like gigantic. We were riding down the road in my Jeep and me and Rachel looked in the sky. It was like, and we were both like, holy shit. And we saw literally what was 4 horsemen in the clouds. I don't know if we got pictures of that.
We didn't.
Yeah.
It was too dark.
It was
too
like
fast,
really dark.
yeah.
It was really fast, but you knew what the message was, because this is the war. This is that spiritual war. And if you think about it, World War III, which is this, and it's fought on multiple levels, multiple dimensions here in Earth world right now as we're changing to higher vibrations, but it's the number 3. Number 3 is Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Number 3 is the triangle pointing up to the heavens. Number 3 is active God. 3 strikes, you're out. So this is all powerful, powerful messages that come with the number 3 that re-solidify all the things that we're talking about here with World War III. Do you see what I'm saying? Everybody? Okay. So Rachel, I do feel like that's what that's about. Big things are happening. Big things are coming. We'll tell you about really cool stuff next weekend. We always keep you informed with what we're doing and what's happening, but we are going to be traveling this weekend. We will be heading up to Maryland. We may see a lot of our Maryland people when we're up there. But at this time, I'm being guided not to elaborate on it. And we will, from the healthiest, best place of love, because we want to make sure that we honor everybody who's involved in this trip. And it's not something that's like for business or going to a college. It's a totally different thing. But this is definitely the beginning of even bigger stuff for all of us, Yeah. So you see that, Ray?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so anybody else? Sophia, you got any questions?
I don't.
Look at Maria. I love you
I
guys.
I don't personally have any questions, but I have a question for Marcy Bolton.
Oh, Marcy Bolton. Hi, girl. Thanks for coming. All right, what is it?
Okay, she says, "Hi, Lynn. She wants to know. She says her daughter wants to know about her job, and she doesn't know if she should stay or if she should move on. She says that her daughter's name is Cassandra Nancy Nema Bolton, born July 8th, 2000.
Well, Cassandra Nancy, what is it?
I may be pronouncing the name wrong, but Nema or Naima,
Nama?
Naima.
Nema. Okay, that's right.
Okay.
I think you're right. I feel like you're right with the pronunciation. And Bolton. Okay. So she's asking if she should stay in her job.
Yes, if her daughter should.
All right. What is Marcy? What is her birthday? Does she have
July 8th, 2000.
July 8th of 2000? So she too is a Cancer baby. All right, God. What's the God's honest truth for what is her first name? She had many names.
Cassandra?
Uh-huh. Okay, Cassandra. What's the God's honest truth for Cassandra? Should she stay in her job? What's going on there? Did she say anything, like, is she not happy there? Why is she coming to this crossroads?
I don't believe she said anything yet, but I will let you know when she does.
Okay. All right. So, because I'm feeling like this job that she's doing doesn't feel it doesn't feel exciting. It doesn't feel like it's a job of her dreams. It doesn't feel, I feel like there's just so much more that she can do. And having so many names, again, all those names that you shared that belong to her, tell us that she has multiple things that she can do. July 8th. Is Cancerian energy. She's about family. She is about love. She feels really, really deep. She has a rough time letting go of stuff. So this is going to be part of her challenges too when it's time to change jobs. But the truth is she needs to be in her heart for whatever job she's doing truly. If you're not in your heart, at some point it's going to fall flat. And I feel like this job is flat for her now. Whatever is going on, she needs more from it for her soul. She can't stay there, and this is where the Cancer energy comes in. She can't stay there to make other people happy. She can't stay there because they're paying her, let's say, exuberant amounts of money. She has to stay there because she loves it, or she can balance it with something else that she loves out here while she does this. Because if the money is so good energetically that it makes it worth the balance of doing another job over here, and she can do that, then she will be happy in these spaces. But even if the money is great, it's not enough for her soul. And at some point, there's going to be a deficit. And this is kind of the crossroads she's standing at. So she needs to look into herself, find out what her new destiny is, where she's going, what she's called to, what her dreams are, so that she can make the best choices. Ask love, ask universe. I do feel, being a Cancerian energy, there's lots and lots of great things that she can do, without a doubt. Naturally, she's metaphysical, so she can see things, whether she shuts it off or not. She's a medium. She can see things. She knows things. Cancer is the water or the emotions on the top of the ocean. It bridges the air and it bridges the earth and it bridges all that is the water that is Pisces, along with the water that is Scorpionic on the bottom. So it is a bridger, of dimensions. It is a multi-dimensional sign. This is why it's your top master medium energy. Okay, so you have to have prominent Cancerian gifts or aspects. You could have a Cancer moon, and your daughter in this case has a Cancer sun. So she has these gifts. I do feel if she doesn't do medium work, it would behoove her too. I feel like in the future, as time goes on, she may look into these avenues. And you guys are a spiritual family or a metaphysical family to begin with. Your whole family is. So I do feel that if she's not looking into these avenues, that this comes in for her. And because she is so close to Gemini, and I feel like she too has a lot of Gemini stuff. Gemini is the great communicator. They're also fantastic writers. So in this Gemini, I feel like she could write about these medical physical experiences and have a great book to write. These are some of the avenues that come in as the pathways for the areas where she can start developing or looking into for herself while she still does this job. And she like Tamika, could send out other resumes and other things. I feel like she's a powerful healer, just like your husband. Just like you, and it's no accident. It's in the family ancestral line. It runs in the family. I'm sure you guys all know that, right? Yeah. So you will have these amazing gifts, and she has these gifts. Did she say anything else, Sophia?
Yes. She says that her daughter is very unhappy in the salon that she works at. She says that she loves doing hair, but she feels it's toxic. Mm-hmm. And she also says that her daughter is very psychic.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what your daughter needs to do? We have a girl who just moved in where the old nasty salon people were next to us in one of our spaces here. Oh yeah, I don't pull no punches. Hey, if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. You know, it is what it is. If you're toxic, you're toxic. But there's stories behind it. If you hear the whole stories or watched all 300 of our videos, you'll know what went down and when, right? Or if you come to our shows, right? But you can see them on YouTube as well. But the bottom line is, without getting shitty with it, quite honestly, in my people space, the people who were there in the salon before were toxic. A new girl moved in. And the reason I'm telling you about this, Marcy, is because your daughter needs to go into her own business and do her own salon. And I feel like she can incorporate all these gifts to the people. They will not only come there for hair, they will come there for readings. They will come there for spiritual work. I feel like Steve could put a Reiki thing and now we have a family cool business, you know, with self-care. I know you probably think I'm like fuck nuts, right? But this is a great propensity, 53 to 57, 58%. Right now, this is an energy. But I feel like she needs to start this and do this herself. She's very unhappy. You said it. There's nothing more for her there. These people, so many of them, now not all people are toxic. The hair salon girl that has moved in is super spiritual next to us, and that's no accident. And she's wonderful. But, you know, we're not in her shit. She's not involved in our shit. She does her thing. She honors and respects us, and we do the same. All because you can get in people's shit doesn't mean you should, right? But this is, you know, it's that industry tends to be gossip and toxic and really kind of really unwell, right? But there's exceptions to every rule. But the name will tell you everything. Like her name, I think it's a beautiful name. I think she calls it, her space is called Sunstone. This lovely girl over here, she's a lovely space. And it's just her, and she does her own hair, right? And she has tons of clients because her heart is in the right space. She's spiritual. She doesn't have to be in my space, meaning like us to do it. She just got to be in her heart and love what she does. Same thing with your daughter. Your daughter doesn't have to do any of this, right? With you guys, she can do what she wants, right? But so new ways are opening up for her to do her own thing. She could easily get a little space, a chair, and have her own salon with 2 or 3 rooms. You know, Steve could do clients there. You could do your own thing. I mean, there's amazing things that you can do. So I do see this coming, but she can start it herself. But you figure it out with you. Ask God, ask love. It feels like a great journey for all of you. And I feel it's going to be super successful with all the gifts that you guys have and do. And it doesn't mean you all have to shut down the old stuff that you did. There's new doorways, right? One of the reasons this girl next to me in the new hair salon space doesn't want anybody is for these exact reasons your daughter doesn't. You know, whether she says that to me or not, I have an inner knowing. Okay? Yeah, right? We just talk to God and we know, right? So we be in our hearts. So this said, that's what's coming in. That really is. She needs to do herself, for herself, set up her own salon. And it doesn't have to be a spiritual name like Sunstone, right? It could be whatever she feels in her heart is the name. You know, talk to God, talk to love, ask for all the answers. And she can always, still put resumes or go out to other hair salons like we were talking about, like I said, to Tamika. But overall, you guys are healers. And doing hair is healing. What does doing hair do? It makes people feel good about themselves. Yeah, feel beautiful. That's right. Get nurtured. You know what I mean? Yeah. Have somebody wash your hair. Just like when I don't have my Jeep right now, right? And my people drive me around, right? It's kind of nice to be driven around, right? And now I want everybody to drive me around. I don't want to drive myself, right? Because it's fun. It's a form of nurturing. It's a form of, taking care of you and nice things. So, I do feel this. I do feel this really powerfully. It's coming in. It's new. That's why the numbers are 53, 57, 58% right now. You guys got to wrap your heads around it. You got to start putting it out there to the universe. Clear your blocks. Ask God to do it if this is what's best from love and you want to do it from love. And you can still work in all these other places and balance all these other energies. It's up to you guys what you want to do. Steve could work there 1 day a week if he wanted, or 2 days, and you could too. And how cool is that? Then you have a full service salon that does multiple different services, and the people will come to her, for wisdom through sitting in her chair. It's therapy in so many ways too. Not just, the psychic gifts and the medium gifts. And I'm sure they already talked to her about these things because nature or God or love has a way with that. right? And your soul bringing you to everything that you need from love. Okay, so you good, girl? She good, Soph?
Yep. She says she loves you, Lynn, and that you're spot on again. And then she also mentions about a 3-week trip to Oregon that her daughter is taking with her boyfriend, and she's very excited about that.
That's cool. I feel like that trip is going to open doorways for her and bring her into the space. How cool is that? Everything in here happens out here. Everything. Really wild, cool. See, stuff is coming for you, girl. I'm not kidding you. In the next 2 to 3 months, you're going to really start to, it's going to come together. Yeah, but it doesn't mean you have to wait that long. It means it's starting, it's happening.
Oh, I will come back next month and I will tell you how much I'm probably going to suffer.
You're going to come back next month and tell me what?
No, I'm going to tell you how much fun I'm having with my
Good.
new roommate.
All right, well, you can make it the best it can be or not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Word to the wise, right? Yeah, you create what you want. Yeah. You need time away from her or him? Ask love to be free of them.
I should know it was her.
Yeah.
I should know it was her.
All right. So, okay. You guys got any questions? Or are you good?
I'll probably ask you later.
Okay. All right. Rachel, what time are we at right now?
As 8:20.
Okay. So it's 8:20. And there are some other things I want to talk about tonight. Do we have any other questions?
We have a few more, but I also have a few more charts for you too for the next stuff.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the questions on hold for tonight, the rest of the questions, because I do want to talk about the chart stuff. Okay. I will need a phone are you working with 2 things?
No, I have just my phone.
Okay.
So
I
I
have a
think
phone. Do you need my phone?
Yeah. Can I borrow? Oh, I could use Rachel's.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Evelyn's.
Okay. But the issue that I have is I need another one to look up stuff on.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? Can I borrow your phone, Maria? Thank you, if you're cool with that.
Yes. I'll have it. Thanks.
Okay, so everybody, we're going to put the rest of this week's questions on hold, possibly till next week, but we may do them if we have time, because it's 8:20. So what I want to do is we're going to look into the solar return. Did any of you get your solar return stuff together for tonight that we talked about last week? I know Nikki did, and she has Evelyn's chart here. And
I got D's too. I got D, Evelyn, and Nikki.
okay, so you got 3 of them. All right, if we can, we're going to do at least a couple of them. I'm going to put your phone right here. Thanks. Thank you for helping me out too, because we don't have Jen's phone.
You got another phone, right?
Yeah. Well, God takes care of us no matter
It
what.
works out,
Yeah, from love. All right, so let's see. So here we have Evelyn's chart. So those of you who did your solar return charts, you can always send them in next week too, because a lot of times this takes a little bit more time than we usually do. But let's see, because we got 3 different charts, and if you want, we can do them next week as well. But I want to start and get a few of them out here so you guys can see how this literally works, because it's super, super cool. All right. So we talked about last week how you can do yours, your solar return, whatever year you want to go back to. In this particular case,
3, 4, 1, 2, 7, 8.
I'll get in a sec. Thanks, though. In this particular case, Nikki is Evelyn's mom, and she sent me her daughter's chart. So did Nikki send information with us?
No.
In other words, what she wanted to know, what she wanted to look at, what her question
she just
was?
sent her chart, Evelyn's chart.
Okay, but did she tell me, I need to know, Nick, what you want to know? Like, in terms of what you want to look into to share with Evelyn. I believe this is the year before she was born, correct? Yeah. All right. And then this is the other thing that is really cool. This wisdom, all right, these gifts are tapping into basically through astrology with the Akashic records goes hand in hand. And so by going backwards in time, in the way that universe has guided us to, this is literally going in to the Akashic records in your soul. So this is really cool shit. Isn't that neat?
That is cool.
Yeah. And in all that is God, that is love. This is what they're telling me. So I want to share that with you guys. But we will, I know it's kind of confusing and people go, well, how is that? And we have to work it out with the universe to understand that better and more and get more information. So thanks God for that for us. God's honest truth with all of this. But what's wicked about that is that it's just fascinating to see how all these formulas of God or love connect together. All right. And there will be more information coming. But I want to focus on this, but I want to know, Nikki, what you want to know. We have Evelyn's solar return chart here, and I'm just going to put it up here. So if you guys want to take a screenshot of it so you can follow along if you want, or look at it, and I'll tell you where it is. Okay. What was I going to say? Let me just bring this. So, Nikki, I need to know, like, what do you want to share with Evelyn, like, from this? Like, what are you looking for? Was Evelyn sick, or was it a really hard pregnancy? Is there anything you want to share of what happened in that year prior so we can pull this out and I can show everybody in the chart what you're talking about, and we can just pull it out in these placements if you want to, or I can just pull out a placement and ask God for that. So, or is there something that you want to focus on overall? Go ahead.
She said she broke her back while she was pregnant with Evelyn.
Okay.
Oops, I don't know. That's what she wants to look at.
Okay. So Nikki, did this happen 6 months into your pregnancy, or was this before? Because the number 6 keeps coming in. I'm getting 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. What happened in 6 months? And that would also be 6th house. You there?
She might be typing.
All right.
I'll let you know if
Anything?
she says anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything? I'm expecting her to answer me like
I
you guys
know.
do. I'm like, you there? All right.
She said she was about 5 or 6 months pregnant when it happened.
Right. Okay. Because I'm picking up 6 months. Yeah. Okay, Nikki. All right. So thanks God for bringing us the God's honest truth and the answers here with Nikki's solar return chart. All right. For this. Okay. So here's what I'm drawn to first and foremost. Interesting enough, between the 5th and 6th house in your natal chart is your moon, is Evelyn's moon, and the Uranus. Okay. And what's interesting it's in Aries, and the transit in the solar return in the 2nd house is where the Uranus is as well, and it's hitting that. Okay, that's big. All right. So let's see what, and I also want to see what's going on with the moon. Wow, here it is. All right. So I'm going to show everybody this, what I'm talking about, if they can see it. It's in the 6th house. If you look right here, there's a little teeny number 6. Okay, and that 6 goes out in a triangle all the way out to the orange ring on the outside, meaning the ring that has the orange symbols in it. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. But right now, all right, in Aries, your 6th house is your house of health. Okay, and in that space, in the transit, you have Neptune, you have Pisces, you have Chiron, and you have Uranus. But Uranus is in Aries. Aries is physical. Okay, and Uranus is about explosions, and the moon is who? Anyone know?
Mother.
The mother. Nikki, you're the mother, right? And then you have it in the 6th house. This is the health of the mother. Okay, but what's wild is we go to the 10th house and we look and we see where your transit moon is. Right, so everybody can see in the solar return chart, because Nikki broke her back in the 6th month of pregnancy, and while she was pregnant with her daughter Evelyn, and this is Evelyn's SR chart basically.
She added some more if you'd like to hear it.
Okay, all right, but I wanted to show you that so you can see that orange moon. See the orange moon on the top there? I don't know if you guys are watching over there too. I know you can't, but I don't know if you're sharing or if you can see it. Okay. All right, cool. Thanks. Thanks, Vic. All right. So you can see that orange moon. You know where that moon is? See the red symbol below it? What's that? Leo. And what did we just learn this week?
Nikki's a Leo.
Right? Well, Nikki's a Leo, so that's the mother again, right? But also, Leo usually has to do with massive amounts of everything having to do with the back and the spine in your health in astrology. The back, the spine, the heart. Isn't that wild? Yeah. But other placements will play a role in this as well, right? So, this again, and what's wild is the vertex is in Leo too, a person, place, event that will change your life forever. The transit vertex is in Leo. Now, a lot of people might say, well, nothing's hitting that, but all of this energy goes into that energy of all the events that happen. Now, I know Nikki wants to share this with me, right?
Yeah, she added more too.
Okay, because the Leo here is in the 7th house, the house of relationships, okay? The house of relationships, okay, in the 7th house in the transit, okay? Wild. Okay, so this has to do with you and your daughter, Libra. Libra is about partnerships as well in a different way, relationships, okay? So again, everything, and then you have Cancer right next to that. Your Black Moon, Lilith, and Cancer in the 7th house as well, transiting. So a lot of stuff is going on here. Okay, over and over and over, it tells you the true story. So Nikki, through Rachel, is going to explain more information so you guys can understand how wild this is. Go ahead, and then we're going to pull it up.
She added a little bit more, which I thought was really important.
Okay,
she
go ahead.
said that she was at work when she broke her back, and the doctor told Nikki that because Evelyn hung low in her womb or in her stomach, that's the reason that Nikki didn't become paralyzed from breaking her back.
How wild is that?
Evelyn. Yeah.
Did you guys hear that? Nikki broke her back at work, and you want to hear the funniest, it's not even funny really. It's the craziest shit, is that's where it is in her natal chart, is in the 10th house. And the 10th house is what? Your career. Your career. But it's also the 6th house. The 6th, the 2nd, and the 10th house all have to do with your work in some way, shape, or form. And so we have these repeating things in here over and over and over. Do you see? Yeah. Wild, wild stuff. So really, that's a blessing. I hope everybody heard. Did Nikki type it up there? Mm-hmm. Okay, so everybody can see what Nikki's story is. So you guys read that, right? So that it was the fact that the baby was so low that basically stopped Nikki from being paralyzed.
Yes.
Yeah. Incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to pull out some of these placements, because Aries, all right, being in your 6th house would cause physical things like accidents and in your health in the physical. Aries is known especially for head injuries, right? Gunshot wounds to the head, anything having to do with the head and the cell. But again, air and the blood flow too. Aries is life force energy, okay? The self, right? So multiple different things over and over tell you the whole story of Evelyn's journey and what happened with Nikki and Evelyn while Nikki was pregnant in Evelyn's solar return chart. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
It's really incredible. And again, this is part of like when universe gives me an image right now, they're showing me like pages, like as if you took it out of the Akashic records. This page, this page, this page. Wicked.
Cool.
It is really cool. It is really cool. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick these placements and see what they say, right?
3, 4, 1, 2, 7.
Thank you, girl. All right. Hold on. Wait 1 second. I just want to look at one other thing. I want to see where Pluto is. I want to see where Saturn is. And I want to see where her Mars is, right? Especially in the transit. So Pluto is in Capricorn as well. And it's conjunct her natal Pluto, right? So that's a big shit. And it's also conjunct your ascending. So this is really big stuff. So if we were to look up, all right, so Nikki's pregnant with Evelyn. If we were to look up Pluto conjunct her ascendant, right, because I know this is going to say powerful stuff in reference to this, but we're also going to look at the other stuff.
3, 4, 1, 2, 7, 8.
All right, so I can just put my thing here. So I'm going to look up Pluto transit conjunct ascendant. Okay, and I'm going to put that into my Google, and then we're going to see what comes up. And so we're going to read a little bit about this because it goes with everything we're talking about here. Pretty neat, right? So let's say we didn't have Nikki to tell us this story. The story you can literally find by working with your phone and this, if you don't know how to do, if you're not like a mad astrologer working with, what do you call it? What's the books they use with that? well, if you're not a mad astrologer, meaning doing everything by hand by yourself, you can work with this stuff. It makes it so much easier. That's the gifts of the internet. You can tap into all this stuff if you know how to do it, just like anything. So Pluto conjunct ascendant in the transit. I'm going to show you where that is in the bottom of her chart. You're going to see it right here. Okay. It's the orange stuff on the bottom. That's in the transit back then. And then you can see the blue, see down here? I don't know if you can see right down there. And above it is the Pluto in her chart. So it's like conjunct all these things. This is massive, massive, powerful shit. Massive. All right. So this is about life changes and life changing. Ready? And this is what they say over here. All right. The different astrologers. And this site, because I want to give credit to where credit is due. You always want to honor everybody. This is from www.astrology.com. Pluto conjunct ascendant transit. When transiting Pluto forms a conjunction with your natal ascendant, you will enter a powerful period of time. You feel greater empowerment to pursue your aspirations and claim greater personal power in your life. Okay. So we press on that. All right. So we know that you are entering greater personal power. You're about to have your first baby, right? And then you go through all this huge transformation because that's what Pluto is about. But here's some more, guys and Nikki. However, at the same time, you may also have to face the destructive side of Pluto, such as dealing with the breakdown of aspects of your life that had been providing you with a sense of security. And what is your backbone? Your security. Is this insane? Yeah. You're a backbone. And guess what that is? Capricorn. Capricorn is your structure. It's your bones. That's Saturn. Isn't this insane? Yeah. So you're actually having transformation, Nikki, of your structure, right? Literally, as well as in multiple ways in your life. And that's Pluto. Boom, 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 boom. Massive transformation. But it's all right here, guys. In this. Isn't this incredible? Yeah. Wait, there's more. All right. Let's see what we got here. At times, it can feel like you are being pulled into an underworld experience that forces you to let go of things you had been attached to. Yet ultimately, through the tests of this transit, you will be able to cultivate greater strength and self-reliance. You will become drawn toward testing any boundaries or limitations in your life that feel confining, shedding whatever elements of your life have been restricted or have held you back from pursuing your deepest desires. You may have fear or insecurity about the unknown situation you will create by following emerging instincts. Taking the risk to make the leap will release the explosive tension that will build up if you repress your desires. All right, so that's one astrologer through, and that was astrology.com. Okay. Pluto conjunct ascendant aspects, natal and transit. Okay. Now we're going to go to another one, Astrology King. And these are like go-to ones. You do 3 or 4 or 5 of these and you really get massive insight into what's going on. All right. But I'm going to do a couple of these so you guys get it. So we all get it. All right, so Pluto conjunct ascendant makes you a very deep and complex person. Power and control issues are constant themes in your close relationships and can cause problems if you get too busy. Even if you are not bossy, or it can cause problems if you get too bossy, excuse me. Even if you are not bossy, then you could be dominated and you cannot handle that. Extreme is another keyword for this aspect. Learning moderation in all areas of your life is one of your soul's important missions in this life. Obsessive compulsive disorder can control your life if you cannot relax and learn to let things ride. Obsessions with being in control of making everything perfect are more negative sides side effects of this challenging aspect. The more intense your compulsions become, the more trouble you will have in your relationships. Rejection or depression can be felt intensely, and you could easily slip into destructive behavior and habits. Crime, addiction, prostitution, and violence are manifestations of the dark side of Pluto. Threats, intimidation, near-death experiences, which I would call this, wouldn't you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, very few people break their back and live to walk and tell about it. You know what I mean? And then don't lose the baby and have that happen when they're pregnant. I mean, to me, this says incredible perseverance and magic of God of love in your soul, Nikki. There's no doubt about it. Wouldn't you guys all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So think about that. Threats, intimidation, and near-death experiences. Right here in her chart, right? Right here in this. And it's in her baby's chart that tells the story. Incredible, right? Okay. What are you laughing about?
She goes, "Oh, I almost bled out also while giving birth."
Oh, she's telling more. Oh my God, right?
She's agreeing with all of it, though. Everything that you're reading, everything.
Yeah. All right. So Nikki is agreeing to all of this, right? Because universe is always the God's honest truth, right? Okay. And you always ask for that as well. Okay. Threats, intimidation, and suicide attempts can result from total loss of control. Too much control and friends will desert you. Not enough, and you're engulfed by dark forces. The answer is attempting and moderating your intense power. You have a great influence on other people and events in your life. Coercion and manipulation are easy ways to get what you want, but you must avoid this temptation. Let your loved ones live their own lives and control their own destiny. One particular grandmother may have great influence over your early life, which would cause complications with the other side of the family. How fucking funny is that? That's crazy. Because you've talked about your grandma and we've talked about these things, right? The best influence you can have on your loved ones is to succeed in life. No matter how bad things get or how hopeless you feel, your powers of regeneration and transformation are formidable. And that's what I said. I said you have incredible magic, and that's Scorpio as well. Incredible perseverance to get through no matter what comes to our table. Thanks, God. Thanks for that for all of us, right? From love. All right. When you become too intense or lose control, then some drama will bring things to a head. Isn't this the truth, right? The self-analysis and transformation that follows will result in an evolutionary leap. You will transcend your obsession or destructive behavior, and soul growth will occur. When this aspect is working optimally, there is no limit to your progress and achievements. And really, Nikki, look at how far you've come. And this is just one piece of this huge journey that you've been on with your soul and God or love. Incredible. Super incredible. I'm going to put this here for a minute because I'd like to look through one other one. I just want to see what time we're at. Does Nikki have any comments?
She wrote, "Ah."
Yeah. Crazy, right? Anybody else? Any comments? Incredible, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, so you guys are going to have a great time with this. It's fascinating, but it helps. And we're going to do some energy work here to release all this, right? All the stuff in us that is madly controlling or toxic and unwell that creates things like this to happen. Obsessions, How much time we got, Ray?
It's 8:45.
Oh my God, it's 8:45. So what I'd like to do, Nick, is I'd like to come back to this, everybody, next week. But I'm going to do a clearing prayer on all of the energy work and all the stuff we did today for everybody. And that is all of this with Nikki's chart or Nikki's and Evelyn's chart, because really this is both of their stories because they're two in one, right? All right, so all in this particular case of her pregnancy year. All right, thanks God for connecting to all this energy that is all of this. Thank you for us connecting to it, for us feeling it, healing it, processing it, releasing it, and being free of it. And in place of this, putting the best way to be from love. And all energy, with all energy that is this and all emotional energy that is all of this. And let us balance it and be free of it all now, please. And in place of this, put the best way to be from love and abundance in the purest form of love in this reality, any reality, and all that is. Thank you, God, for these gifts in our souls and in all we are, be, say, do, and create, and all that it is in the best way for us and all or something better. And thank you, God, for that for us. for Nikki and all of us. All right. So thank you everybody for coming. We'll see you next week. Bring your charts next week, and we'll do some more on this so more people can do it. But you can also do this at home with any of your astrology. It's really incredible, fascinating stuff. All right. But you can also see how Nikki's story is right here in everything. And this is the story for all of us. Astrology is an incredible formula, and working with God with that, there is no limit. There is no sky's the limit. There is none. Okay. All right. Thanks so much for coming, guys. If you can donate, we'll see you next week at 7:15. We'll have some exciting, fun things to talk about, I'm sure, for next week. I wanted to get to some other stuff, but we will get to that for next week. And we'll go from there. So thanks so much. See you next Wednesday at 7:15 for our live talk forum. And I love you guys, and have a great night. And thanks for coming, and thanks for supporting us. Okay. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.